today for Inspired Christians Magazine.
Lord, I thank you. Just want to praise you.
Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Inspired Christians Magazine on TV. I'm your host, Benita the Boss Lady, and yes, today is wonderful. For all of you quartet lovers out there, we got a special treat for you today. We have none other than Keith Wonderboy Johnson himself. He's going to be hanging out with us, so, stay tuned. Don't turn that TV channel. We're going to be here. Stay tuned to ICM on TV.
Inspired Christians Magazines on TV is sponsored by
Smoke Shack, 3442 Cinema Center, Anderson, South Carolina, is now serving lunch from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. And don't forget about Sundays for that Southern Buffet from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Again, that's Smoke Shack, 3442 Cinema Center, Anderson, South Carolina, or call ahead at 864-540-8595. Let them know you heard it right here on ICM on TV from Benita the Boss Lady.
I'm Terry at McCullough's Auto Creation. We do a number of things here. I specialize in big custom wheels. We do specialize in lift kit, we cut modification, we do bikes, turbos, nitrogen, we do it all. You need anything done, it really ain't nothing we cannot do. We do all custom work in-house.
Welcome back to Inspired Christians Magazine on TV. I'm your host, Benita the Boss Lady, and you see who I've got right here sitting beside me. I'm excited. None other than Mr. Keith Wonderboy Johnson himself.
Nice to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
You know what? Welcome to ICM on TV. I'm going to do you no differently than I do everybody else. You got to give me a hook.
Okay.
Yes,
I see him.
Yeah. You know what? I know that you've been traveling extensively.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get any rest?
Oh yeah. I guess experience is the best teacher. So experience doing this for a while have taught me to get my rest when it's time to get my rest.
Okay.
I've had a few physical breakdowns
wow.
where the body just shut down and it give you one thing about the body, it give you warnings.
Yes.
So that's when it's time to shut it down. Then I actually took a break. So I'm running now because I had to just really physically and mentally take a break. So I kind of just was laying low for about 2 years, and now I'm rejuvenated.
You didn't lay that low because I know you've performed this song in several places here in the area, and I didn't get a chance to come catch you, but I know they talked about how wonderful of a job you did.
Well, I do my best.
You know what?
I just try to give the people what the Lord gave me.
Right. Well, you've been singing since the age of 5. Right?
Yeah.
5 years old.
5 years old.
What made you decide that you wanted? I mean, even at the age of 5. Come on, most time children are not thinking about gospel music like that.
My dad basically, one answer. My dad, I was born, how they say, quartet baby. My mom was going to quartet shows, and she was, when I was balling in the oven. So once I came out, that's what I started doing. Then I was going every place with my dad, and just tagging along.
Yeah.
And then what we did, me and my cousins, which was, because the group was my dad and his brothers. So me and my cousins, we started singing. We started a little group when we was about probably 4.
Were you mimicking mom, dad, and everybody?
So we just, just sung in church. So then after a while, my dad started paying attention a little bit. Like, my son actually can hold a note pretty well. But my mind was strictly on playing the drums. Because by that time, I was like a child prodigy. I was playing the drums for the church every week, like when I was 4.
Okay.
So my mind was strictly
4 years old,
yeah.
playing the drum.
So,
now, there are a lot of children that I do see out there now. They get up on there and they can hold it down.
That was me. It wasn't even sometimes.
Stay in the pocket when you need to.
Wasn't able to even sit all the way on the seat on my tippy toes playing. That was me. So my mom was really going playing the drums. Then my dad was the one kind of like,
Okay.
pushed me into singing.
I have to ask you, because I know any of our viewers out there, everybody has probably questioned at one point in time, where did the name Wonderboy come from?
My dad and my godfather, Johnny Martin, who was the manager at that time of the Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Okay.
Rest in peace. So what happened was, at that time when I started singing with my dad group, it was very popular for a young man, a little boy, to be singing with a quartet group.
Right.
So, and then the fad was, after a while, as they became a little popular, they would call the group Little, and whatever that little boy's first name was, and then the rest of the group. So,
Okay.
like, for example, back in the day when we were growing up, like Casey from Casey and JoJo,
Right.
Josie and everything, he was known as Little Cedric.
Yeah.
So I had another friend, he was known as Little Stevie, and you had
Okay.
Little Sammy, and, Little Willie, and everybody. So instead of just,
they didn't put the little on you. They
right,
just-
instead of, no, they did.
They did?
But instead of being Little Keith, my godfather was sitting there, Mighty Clouds of Joyce came to town, and we opened up for them. And he was like, telling my dad it's something special about him. So
Right.
let's do something different. Instead of him being Little Keith, he just came, they came together and they Little Wonderboy.
Little Wonderboy.
That's what I was known as.
And it has stuck with you. You took the little off and just came
Yeah,
Keith.
so I took a break. I went to college, so I wasn't singing during that time. So after I graduated from college and came back and got back into singing, so my dad was like, you can't just throw all those years away. So they were like, find out a way. Okay, if you want them to know your name is Keith Johnson, find out a way to incorporate all that. So one day it just hit me, Keith Wonderboy Johnson.
And it has stuck.
Yeah,
But it's a
I was
good thing.
hoping, I thought I was gonna be able to drop the Wonderboy after a while,
No.
but they won't let me. So I said, hey, if Little Richard can be in his 80s and still Little Richard, I guess I'll be Wonderboy.
All right, well, look, after, we're going to take a quick break right here on ICMonTV. We'll be right back. It's Benita the Boss Lady and
Keith Wonderboy Johnson.
Inspired Christians Magazines on TV is sponsored by
Smoke Shack Barbecue and Wings, 3442 Cinema Circle, Anderson, South Carolina. Open Thursday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Welcome back to ICM on TV. I'm your host, Benita the Boss Lady.
Keith Wonderboy Johnson.
Yes, he is here. We've had a wonderful time all day, and I'm very grateful because when you have people that's in your corner and for you, they make things happen. And when you were first starting out, I think it was in 1998, you did your first release, Through the Storm. And now, fast forward, you're getting ready to
16th release.
16. Wow. And that's a lot of time in the studio working, and then besides you're still running. So how do you find time to get in the studio to record?
Well, it's all about time management. I kind of learned that it's like from going to college, you have to kind of go over, and that's the main thing you have to learn how to do when you're in college. It's time management. So that's kind of what I do.
All right. Well, you've got this new record label, as well as the new songs that are getting ready to be released.
Right.
If you look at back in the time when you first started out, just with your first release, and looking at where you are now, can you see where you progressed? Can you see the difference in where you were vocally until now?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's been a lot of maturity on and off stage.
Okay.
So even with the style and some of the things, of course, when I was saying in my 20s that the Lord will make a way,
Yes.
and I've been through the things I've been through
Okay.
now. So now it takes a whole different meaning if you say, the Lord will make a way.
So in other words, it's a difference when you first singing it, because you're singing it and everybody say you sound good singing it.
Right.
But once you've had a few experiences and
Right.
things to
I actually
happen.
had to start listening to myself after a while, when I got in a a certain place where I needed somebody to encourage me or whatever, I started listening to myself.
Ooh.
And
You know, there is a song out there, Encourage Yourself, and you think you've encouraged.
Because I remember I had got known for, saying this. People used to kind of laugh when I used to be like, you sitting there trying to be cute, not giving God the praise. And I said, it ain't nothing cute about it when the devil come after you. And I would say, whatever you love the most, that's what they gonna come after. And then I had to remind myself that. So, when he was coming at my family, coming at my finances, just coming at my peace of mind, I had to remember that.
Well, now to give us a little insight on God Almighty.
Well, that's really, believe it or not, that's a CCM song. So basically, quote unquote, Caucasian churches, they were singing that song.
Right.
So then after a while, just like some of the others, you get to the black church and they kind of took it. And the lady, she was from Memphis, Ella. I know she was from Memphis. Her name was Miss Ella. So when she did that version, that's when our people started taking off. So she had a little church southern swing to it.
Okay.
And next thing you know, I just put a little of my own sugar on it.
He said you squeezed it up.
It's really just a throwback church song. And same thing, that's what started it all for me. I have written plenty.
Back to your roots.
I wrote plenty original songs or whatever. But the first song to actually take off was an old-fashioned song.
Well, what about Keep
High
Pushing?
Behind the Mountain.
Keep Pushing.
Keep Pushing is a song I came through with my god brother, Spanky Williams. There's a young man in Charlotte, Curtis Hayes, a great musician. He actually plays with my cousin, and he was letting me hear his soul album.
Okay.
Because a lot of my friends, they kind of trust my business ear
Okay.
as music. So he let me hear it. So when he let me hear the song, I heard the music. I said, that would make a great gospel song. So then myself, Spanky Williams, we got together, started, moving messages on words. So I said, let's start with this, the message.
Right.
I said, I don't know, it's on my heart for, one, encouraging myself and to encourage people, because so many people are going through so many things. So I said, I wanted to just tell the people, no matter what you're going through, don't give up. Keep pushing. So next thing you know, Spanky called me and said, I got some of the words. And I had some of the words.
I did a collaboration and got it together.
Been doing it for years.
All right, well, we're going to take a break right here. We're right here with Keith Wonderboy Johnson, Benita the Boss Lady, ICM on TV.
Inspired Christians Magazines on TV is sponsored by
We're back. ICM on TV. I'm your host, Benita the Boss Lady. And right here beside me, you all know this face. You can't miss it. It is none other than Keith Wonderboy Johnson. You can see him. And it's funny because I'm sitting here thinking about, as an artist myself, when going into the studio and you listen to yourself and listen to some of the music that's been produced, it's hard to pick out one, I know. But do you have a favorite off this new CD that's being released?
I have a favorite few. So of course,
favorite few, okay? You can
Keep Pushing is close to my heart.
Okay.
And we redid the song Angels.
Now that's on the Christmas CD, right?
No, that was on the Center Revival CD.
Okay.
And I testified about my mom being in the World Trade Center when 9/11 hit.
Wow.
But we redid the song.
Okay.
Because I believe the Lord is still watching over me. But besides that, my all-time favorite is a song on there that said, God's gonna do it.
All right. You
Any
heard
minute
it.
now, God's gonna do it.
And He is. He is. Now you did remake your Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell the people. I need you to let them know about this.
Well, we
CD.
re-releasing it again this coming up soon, and it's called Family Matters at Christmas Time. Keith Wonderboy Johnson. We redid 12 Days of Christmas.
Uh-oh.
But we also put some songs on it that people didn't hear before, like Silent Night.
Okay.
At the time, a young man that was minister of music and MD for me, Demetrius, he did a great job with Silent
Okay.
Night. And then we have a bonus track
Uh-oh.
with myself, Bishop Darrell McFadden,
Oh,
and
did you hear him?
and Spanky Williams together.
And see, we were joking earlier about the fact that a lot of people pronounce his name incorrectly. Yeah, but Darrell, I can't, every time I hear you say it, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, because any other time it's Darrell McFadden. No, it's Darrell.
Darrell.
Okay, so you got it correct.
It's like my name is Keith,
Keith. Okay.
not Keith.
But you know what? You were born and raised in New York.
Right.
And I know that you've been in so many different places and have had to adjust. Especially when you come down to the country, because I know. Yeah, I said it.
Everybody did that, but what they don't know, my parents, as well as Darrell's parents, basically our whole family, both sides, mom and dad, is from this one little city in South Carolina, in Clarendon County, called Summerton, South Carolina, where they only had one stoplight, and that go off at midnight.
No.
And yep, so how they would try to figure out how we have so much southern ways is because our parents, that generation before us, they all went to the same high school.
Right.
So when they would graduate, most of them, that would be their graduation gift, a one-way ticket anywhere they want to go. So they would all go to New York because they got other older relatives in New York. So then, when we were born, we still had like our oldest aunt who played like grandmother to us. So she was still living in Summerton.
Okay.
So like after school was out, practically the week after we get out of school,
Y'all got shipped off.
shipped down
I
south.
knew it.
And we would be being here from like the last week of June all the way to September,
Okay.
every summer.
I know that you said that your father, you pretty much picked up a lot of just your quartet, the gospel period, with him. Who is your greatest inspiration when it comes down to gospel music?
Okay, as a little boy,
Okay.
it was Joe Lagan.
And I had the privilege of interviewing him a few years back. So that was a blessing
Yeah,
to be able to do that.
yeah, it was. We call him. He's the GOAT,
Yeah.
greatest of all time. So it was Joe Lagan.
Yes.
Now my dad was friends with Willie Neal.
Okay.
So I liked Willie Neal, but the man was Paul Beasley to me. So my first song that I ever sung, we had a little group called the Junior Boys.
Okay.
And my cousin was Willie. I did Paul part. You know,
I told you, do it again, do it again.
and I hold a note. I did all that. So it was those three.
Wow.
And then as I kind of got older and exposed to some more, it was the Wham Brothers. And then my sister started introducing me to other music. Because she's the typical older sister. Daddy listen to that quartet. I don't listen to that. So she the one introduced me to Rance Allen and the Winans.
Okay.
And then as I became like a young man, hands down, the ultimate was Harvey Watkins Jr. and the Canton Spirit.
There it is. You have just heard it from Keith Wonderboy Johnson, and you know what? A lot of people feel the same way you feel. You know, and I have to ask you this. When a young artist is trying to get into the business now at this time, and considering times has changed compared to what it once was,
For sure.
what would be your advice to anybody that is trying to get into it?
Two things. One, know that you're called to do this.
Okay.
I know you're called. Then two, you got to be a member of somebody's church. You got to have that pastoral guidance and the pastoral cover. And then after being covered by your pastor, the pastor got to know what you're doing.
Okay.
then you have to operate on a certain level. So that means you have to pay your tithes.
Okay.
And all those things. And then most importantly, be yourself.
All right. Well, you heard it from Keith Wonderboy Johnson himself. We're gonna just end it out right here. I have had a wonderful time with you today,
and I enjoy it.
Y'all, he is hilarious. Trust me, he really is. But I just love just how you're transparent and you're giving of yourself to God's people all over. And I'm quite sure there is a little Keith Wonderboy somewhere out there aspiring to be just like you.
Well, I actually met a few.
Okay.
So we got a concert coming up in Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
The young man is 10, and his parents is taking everything for us to just come in and show him. And that's the reason why I'm doing it, because I thought about myself.
Okay.
How I was when I was his age, and how like Willie Neal Johnson and Joe Ligon, they used to take time out with me. And then I have another special friend in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Malcolm Ramsey is his name.
Okay.
So he's become a little but very talented.
Okay.
But he was part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Wow.
So he has case. He always getting strong. He has sickle cell. So when the Make-A-Wish Foundation contact him and let him know, he was like, they give you whatever you ask.
Yes.
So you want to meet Michael Jordan?
Yes.
They make it happen. Out of everybody in the world, he picked me. That he wanted to meet me. So he plays all instruments, he sings. So the Lord blessed us this year. Since first I went to Milwaukee to meet him.
Right.
So then this year we just happened to be touring. And when we came through Milwaukee, he plays keyboards. So he sat in with us and played,
That
played
is
the
awesome.
organ.
So you know what, you're making some young people's dreams come true.
I try.
By doing that. You know what, and I love the fact that you're just humble. And I'm quite sure he had much laughter with Mr.
Oh yeah,
Ramsey.
we had a good time. yeah, there's no need to be, sanctified and cranktified. You gotta laugh.
Okay,
enjoy life.
well, you know what, I want you to end it out and just tell our people anything that you would want to convey to the ICM on TV viewers.
One, stay in touch with me. You can reach me on Facebook, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, or Keith Wonderboy Johnson 2. Instagram's at Keith Wonderboy Johnson. Twitter is at Keith Wonderboy J. Our email is keithwonderboyjohnson@gmail.com. Pray for me. I'm gonna do the same thing for whatever you're doing, whatever you're going through. Remember, don't give up. Keep pushing.
Yes, I love it. With that being said, we are out. We're hoping you just enjoyed yourself. I know I've enjoyed myself. And always stay tuned to ICMONTV.com. Smoke Shack Barbecue and Wings, 3442 Cinema Circle, Anderson, South Carolina. Open Thursday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays 11 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Inspired Christians Magazines on TV is sponsored by
Smoke Shack Barbecue and Wings, 3442 Cinema Circle, Anderson, South Carolina. Open Thursday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays 11 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Hi, I'm Pastor Alice Ridgel, New Faith Presbyterian Church in Greenwood, South Carolina. We are located at 2715 Highway Highway 72 West, again, right here in Greenwood. We'd love to have you stop by and worship with us sometimes if you so desire. Our worship service time is 8 a.m. on Sunday mornings. I know that's early, but it's our morning glory worship experience, and we'd love to have you stop by any Sunday morning. Check us out on Facebook, New Faith Presbyterian, and learn a little bit more about our ministry if you so desire. But I want to take a few minutes to encourage you tonight and to let you know tonight that love is the key and the answer to a whole lot of things. In a world where people are hating on each other, in a world where it's every man or every woman for himself, we are called, particularly as Christians, to love one another. As a matter of fact, Jesus said, this is how they'll know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. And I hear somebody saying, well, I try to be kind, I try to be nice, I try to love people, but nice guys finish last, or nice women or nice ladies finish last. It just doesn't work. But here's the thing. What you want to do is stay in the blessing flow. And what I mean by that is, when you operate by God's principles, God blesses you for operating the way God asks you and me to operate. And so even when things don't go your way, or even when somebody, it seems like they're out to get you, or they even do something that is ungodly, I'm not saying that we have to like it, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't respond in a Christ-like way, but this hate and being upset and angry with one another, it's not productive. It's not productive for you. Right now, if you have anger in your heart, or animosity in your heart, or if you have hate in your heart for somebody, it's really not about the other person. It's about you. It's about you asking God to clean and cleanse your heart so that your relationship with God can remain steadfast and unmovable. See, God honors His word. God blesses those who obey His word. And so tonight, think about it. Is there somebody in your life right now, when you see them, you feel some type of way? When you think about something that they've done or said, it makes you feel some type of way? I want to encourage you tonight to say, God, I don't like it. I don't like what happened, but I'm asking you to give me a pure and clean heart. And what does that do? It helps you to have peace. God's peace is a peace that surpasses understanding. And so tonight I say to you, love one another, even as God in Christ has loved me and you. Paul said it best, nothing shall be able to separate us from the love of God. So you be encouraged tonight. And again, I'm Pastor Alice Ridgel, New Faith Presbyterian Church, Greenwood, South Carolina, 2715 Highway 72 West. Love to see you any Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Remember, God loves you. There ain't a thing you can do about it.